It's Ryan Lee, and we are back with the 1K per day formula. And today we are doing Module 3, the simple way to create a multimedia premium product. So it's going to be a lot of demo today, a lot of hands-on and behind the scenes of actually putting this all into action. So let's just do a little quick recap of the first two modules. We talked about finding your market and your niche, choosing your role, whether you're going to be the expert, the producer, or the host. And remember, this product that we're talking about, the first type of product we're creating, has you as a host. So, knowing your role, right? And we're going to talk more about producer and other modules as well. Your toolbox with all the different tools and resources to create these products. We've got last module we talked about creating a powerful name for your product and program. The graphics, remember you can create those really cool logos with 99 designs. And then Boxshot, which is a program I've been using a lot lately. And it's my affiliate link, ryanlee.com/Boxshot. And then creating your first PowerPoint product. And what we did was basically went through the process of outlining the product, creating it in PowerPoint, and getting it all ready for today. Right, so today, now we're going to go into recording your product and then turning it into a multimedia product. And a little disclaimer, and I've said this before, and some people don't believe me, I'm really not a techie guy. This whole program is designed to show you the way I do it. Literally, I'm going to show you exactly what I do, the exact resources. There might be better resources. There might be even cheaper resources. There might be some ways to do this stuff for free. And on the Q&A section, if you guys have some good resources, you'd be like, hey, Ryan, I know a program that does that, but it does it for free. Let me know. I'm just saying this is what I've done, and this is all about doing it simple without a lot of techie stuff. Okay? So that's kind of the focus. So we're going to talk about creating a multimedia product. And there, some people ask me, well, Ryan, I don't want to do a PowerPoint. I don't want to be the expert. And that's fine, because there's absolutely more than one way to create a premium product. Remember, this program, the 1K per day, is all about taking your expertise and your passion and that niche market and figuring out that one premium product you can create, a $500, $1,000, maybe even a $2,000 product, so you don't have to sell hundreds of them or have thousands and thousands of customers. You could sell one a day and make a really, really strong six-figure income. And it's what all the people who are making a lot of money online, this is what they do, because it's easier to sell them a $1,000 product than try to sell 1,000 people a $1 product. So in upcoming modules, you're going to get more options on different ways to create products. So don't think this is the only way. So I'm going to talk about creating a quote-unquote live product, the producer and the hosting methods, and I'm going to show you how to find experts, because a lot of people are asking, well, what if I want to have experts create the content? I'm going to do a whole module on that, on finding the experts, getting them involved in the product, how to compensate them, and all the different methods I know of creating a premium price product, because I've done all these. I'm not a guy giving lip service. These are literally, I've done all these. So it's I practice what I preach, right? But what I taught you in last module and what you're going to discover today, it's going to give you all the tools and resources and the structure to create future products. So by now, you have the product name, you have the graphics, you have it ready, right? You've got the outline, you've got the PowerPoint presentation. So now we're going to start creating the multimedia product. So here are the tools you're going to need. And before we get to the tools, it's going to be two options for this product, two ways to create it, right? Option number one is to do it recorded, and that's not live. That is you sitting at home or in your office or in a quiet area. This is not the type of product you can create in a coffee shop. So doing it not live, not how I'm doing it right now. Like right now, you're listening to me live through the webinar. This isn't what I'm talking about. This is where you record it at your own pace. Now, there's good and bad, because there's no pressure to create it. Meaning, with me on the 1K per day formula, I'm saying, okay, next training is on Tuesday. So I'm going to have a lot of people waiting for me on Tuesday, like you guys are right now, saying, okay, Ryan, we're on. Let's see what you got. So if I don't have my stuff ready, if I don't have the presentation ready to go, you guys come on here and you're like, well, what the hell is this? Ryan just, there's no content. So I like the pressure. Because for me, if there's no deadline, if there's not, hey, I have to get this session or this module done by Tuesday, chances are I might not get it done. I might say, I could wait till Wednesday, or hey, you know what? There's a new movie that came out. I'll do this on Thursday. So for me, I like the pressure. It keeps me on track, and I know, come hell or high water, I'm getting this session done. It's going to be ready. So so it's good and bad. If you can't stand pressure, if you don't like the deadlines, if you'd rather work at your own pace, then this might be the option for you. If you're the type of person, especially when you're working independently, you don't have a boss. You don't have someone saying, "Hey, Lee, get back to work." You don't have that. So if you need that, then maybe this is not the thing for you. Maybe you want to do it live. Now I find, because I've done live ones and I've done ones that aren't live. Personally, for me, it feels like it has less energy if it's recorded. Knowing that you guys are on, knowing that you guys are listening to every word I'm speaking, it raises my energy level as opposed to me just sitting and recording it. It might be the case for you, it might be the opposite for you, but this is kind of the way that I feel about it. Now, this option of doing it recorded and not live is better for people who maybe are not as spontaneous. I like being spontaneous. I like being off the cuff and taking questions and answers and doing things live and kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I like that. You may not. Now, I'm just curious for you guys on here in the question box there. Type in if this option sounds good to you. Well, actually, no. Before you do, let's go to option 2. Right? Option 2 is recording it as a live coaching program. Now, a live coaching program is what you're in right now. You are listening to this live, although people who are not on the live one are listening to the recording, obviously. But for you people right now who are here listening live, this is how I'm running it. So it's the same process of creating the PowerPoints, of creating the outlines, creating all the content, making sure it's a really strong outline and the modules and it flows and it's step by step. But instead of me delivering it just through the computer without anyone on, I'm doing this as a live webinar training system. So what I'm doing, you're obviously on live, so you're getting the benefit of live and some Q&A and that feeling of interaction. And then the recordings are going to be for you for future reference and for people who were not on while this was recorded live. Because I'm recording this live and these modules are being recorded. So let's say someone wants to buy this product, a year from now. And I don't want to keep doing it live every year or 2 years or every 6 months. So I sell them the recording. So you're still recording, you're still offering them the product, but you're recording it as a live program. Now, it's the opposite of doing a recorded program, is that when it's live, you must have it done. People are waiting. There's no opportunity for you to stall. If you have the live training going at Tuesday at 1, it's got to be ready. There's, again, no excuses. And like I said, I find it to be more energized. I feed off the energy. Even though I can't see you, I could kind of feel the presence. I could feel the energy. I'm still not sure how that works in the universe, but it does work. Now, just curious, would you, for you guys on right now live, do you prefer recording it live? Does that sound more of an interest to you, or doing it as a recorded at go at your own pace without people on? Just kind of trying to get a feel for you guys. Keith said doing it both. Anna would rather do it live. Lori live. Corey, both depending on topic. Nick, option 1, and you're in the delivery room right now with your wife's having your 4th. Oh, congratulations, Nick. It's about to have a baby. See, that's dedication. Listening to this program while you're having a baby being delivered. That is awesome. Andy live, Rona live, Jack both live. Okay. A lot of you, almost all of you, were saying live. A couple. Fred said recorded. Marshall said recorded. Suzanne said recorded. So it's probably about 70% live. No, Andrew, that was another Andy that I'm talking about there. There's a couple of Andrews on. Okay. And Kirk, we're going to talk about that GoToWebinar in a few minutes. But so it looks like about 75%, 80% of you would rather do it live. And again, look, there's no right or wrong. That's what I've learned over the years, right? You can't force your system on everyone, because Everyone is different, and that's what I found is wrong a lot with the internet marketing world. It's like, this is the one way to do it. This is the one way to get traffic, and it's not right because it's got to feel right to you. So if I told you, hey, here's a way to create a premium product. It's got to be live. It's got to be a webinar. There's 25-30% of you who are going to be like, you know what, I don't know if that feels right. And what happens is you end up buying the product and you don't do it because it never feels right on some kind of deep level. So just keep that in mind when you're creating products, whatever type of product it is for anyone, right? That you've got to make sure that you're able to reach and connect with the different types of people, because everyone is different, right? And I'm not saying to create I can't create 2,000 versions of this. I'm not going to give you 700 different ways to create a product, but just keep that in mind, right? Because what happens is if I had the one version where you only could do this product live, there's 25 to 30% of the people who would just doesn't feel right, and that's more potential refunds. So always keep that in mind, whether it's fitness, whether it's parenting, coaching, dating. So for Andy with his dating niche, maybe there are some people who are really outgoing and some people who are really shy. So even if the program is geared more towards the outgoing people, make sure there's components in there or a bonus module that's for the people who are more reserved. And again, live coaching is more for risk takers. So the only real difference between these, the product is going to be exactly the same. The only difference is the delivery system. One's live and one is recorded. That's it. Now here's your recording checklist. So now that we're ready to record, you've got the presentation ready. And it's kind of a little bit of a going over again of what we talked about earlier, right? So item number one, you've got your slides. I use PowerPoint. There are, Google, you can do free slides. There's a lot of, Keynote. There's a bunch of different programs where you can create slides. I like PowerPoint. Number two is you have to have some way to record the presentation, and I'm just going to call them PowerPoint presentations just for simplicity reasons. If you're using a PC, Camtasia tends to be the most popular. If you're using a Mac, you could use Camtasia or ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is what I use. So just to let you know, I use ScreenFlow. Both of them are about $100. One-time fee. Well worth the investment. Okay, item number three. Now this is optional. A headset. This is the exact headset I use. Like I said, I like to show you exactly what I'm doing. This is the headset I use. The Sennheiser PC166. They call it a gaming headset. I guess, some crazy gamers use it, but I don't do any gaming. So you can see it's about $119. And I say it's optional because most computers now have a built-in microphone, which you can still use. It doesn't sound quite as good, but if you're like, Ryan, man, I am on such a tight budget, I just can't even afford a headset right now, then you know what? Then you could use the internal mic, or maybe you can get a less expensive one. But as you can see here, it's got these little audio plugs and it has this extension thing here, and this is a USB and it plugs right into my computer. So this is exactly what I'm recording with this with, and I find the audio to be really clear. It's pretty good. Jim wants to know, is there any feature in GoToWebinar that will record the video? It doesn't go with, as of now, not with the Mac. I believe you can do it with a PC. Okay. Item number four, you obviously have to have, once you record the video, you have to have somewhere to host the video and the media files. So I recommend the Amazon S3 just because it's the least expensive. And if you go there, you can see the pricing. It's based on the amount of space you use. Because Amazon, obviously, you might have heard of them. They're a small little web company. But they have such massive server space that they rent out that it's really, really inexpensive. Now, you can obviously do this on your web host if you know how to FTP and do these little, and get some external flash video players. So you can do that. But for me, the amount of volume I'm doing, it makes sense to go with the Amazon S3. Again, optional. But this is what I'm doing. Okay. Now, since I'm using Amazon S3 and it's inexpensive, the only issue is it's a little complicated to use. So I use this company. It's again optional. It's called EasyS3.com. It's not my affiliate link. I want to say it's like $20-30 a month, but they basically make it really simple to create video players, to create the links. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to do a demo, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. But this is optional. So if you think you're techie and you want to use the Amazon S3 and do it yourself, then go ahead and do it. Otherwise, there are people you can obviously have do that for you. You're also going to need some way to convert files. This is the program I use. It's called 4VideoSoft, and the URL is just 4videosoft.com. It's for, I believe it's for Mac and PC, because it says get the Mac version here. Obviously, I use it for the Mac, and as you can see, it's really inexpensive, $39.95. And this is the kind of thing, I know there are online services that will convert videos for you, and they'll do it for free. Sometimes, though, your videos might be too large. They may say, oh, we have a 500 megabyte size limit. And here's the way I look at it. This is a business you're starting, right? You're starting an information marketing business. And if you compare it to just about any other business on the internet or in the world, really, I mean, it's really not expensive. I mean, look, what are we really talking about here for cost, right? We're talking about, you guys probably already have PowerPoint. If not, you can get the student edition for like $100 or so, or you could just use the free Google version. So that essentially can be free. Screen capture software, I still recommend getting it. So you're looking at $99. A headset, $120 for a really high quality one you're going to have forever. Or you could just use your internal, so you don't even have to spend that. So we're looking at mandatory, $99 for screen capture. This is going to be kind of a pay-as-you-go with Amazon. And Easy S3 is, $30 a month. So what other kind of business can you start for that could bring you so much money? Because remember, you sell $1,000 product, in one day, that's $1,000. That's 3 years worth of the service. So don't be, what's that quote? Penny wise, pound foolish, right? Where you're like, well, I know Easy S3 is going to make my life easier, and I know I'll make more money, but it's $29.95 a month. You know what? So if you have cable, get rid of HBO. Save your $10 there. Find ways, and I'm not a big fan of having to cut expenses, but if right now your income is limited and it's an either or, then start cutting the other stuff. Cut your cell phone plans. Find other ways to cut out a budget so you can afford this, because the amount of money it could make you is going to dwarf these minor expenses. For VideoSoft, we're talking about $39.95. Or ask for as a birthday present. When I was first starting out, I could barely afford a $40 book, and I'll never forget, for my birthday and for Hanukkah, I asked my parents for these business books, especially the one by Jeffrey Land. His books were $40 each, $39.95. I'll never forget. So that's what they got me for the holidays. So this is for VideoSoft to convert video. So you're going to take your video, and again, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in a couple minutes. You take your video and you convert it into MP3s and MP4s and all those other kind of cool things. And if you want to do it live, then you're going to need some type of webinar service. So I use GoToWebinar. That's what I'm using now. It's not the cheapest. There are new programs coming out, but this is what I've used. I found them to be pretty reliable. There are little bugs here and there, but you're looking at, like, if you want to go with a smaller line for 100 people, I think it's about $100 a month. And like I said, it might seem expensive. However, you sell one product, and that pays for almost an entire year of service. One product. If you get 2 people on, you're looking at like a year and a half of service. So, and I believe they have free trials, so you can try it out. There are, like I said, there are other services coming out, but this is who I've used. And during the Q&A, if you guys have recommendations, we can talk about it during that part. Okay? So save some of those questions for the end, for the Q&A section. Now, you can always outsource this stuff. So if you're like, well, Ryan, I don't want to use Amazon S3, or I don't want to do Easy S3, then what you can do is you could sign up with the Amazon S3 account and go to Fiverr and find someone to just upload those files for you for $5 and let them figure it out. Or find a techie guide. These techies, this is nothing for them. So for $5, you can have someone else do this for you. But I like I like to have a business. This is the one business that I know I could run completely by myself without reliance on any technical people. I don't have to wait for people. I don't have to wait a day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, or they disappear. It's completely on me. I could do this from wherever I want. As long as I have my laptop, I could run this entire business. And that's what I'm trying to teach you, is to do this and gain independence. Okay. Rad was asking about the headset. Yes, this works. I use this headset with Skype, with everything pretty much. Okay. Andrew said for the Mac, there's a program called Handshake, or I think it's called Handbrake, but I know what you're talking about, and that's for video. Yeah, Handbrake is for video conversions. I just haven't used that, but I have heard about that. Okay. So once your presentation is set, it's time to record. So I'm a fan of creating multimedia components because everyone has different learning styles. And my theory is that the reason a lot of people don't create multimedia products, when I mean multimedia, I mean different formats, online video, downloadable video, downloadable MP3s and PDF files, is because they're just lazy. Right? They're not truly thinking of the customer's perspective. They're thinking of, hey, I just want to create a $1,000 product. What's the fastest way to get this done? And there's something to be said about getting a product done fast, but you have to just slow down for a minute and think, okay, just ask yourself this question always, is if I was the customer, if I was buying this product, what would I want? And I've gotten products where it's just online video, and I don't want to sit in front of my computer and watch video all day. So I love audio. I love it when I run. I like it when I drive. Or when my wife is watching terrible TV shows and I don't want to listen, I'll just put those on. So I love the audio. So if it doesn't have audio, I'm disappointed. So think about how your customers want to learn. And I'm just curious, and I think I've asked you guys this before. I just want to get an idea. How do you prefer to learn? Do you prefer, and here are the choices: online video, online video like a flash player, and it could be, I guess, MP4, so your iPad or iPod. So that's one version. The other one is audio, which is MP3, so you could listen anywhere. Or do you prefer text, written, whether it's transcripts, handouts? Or does it not really matter to you? I'm just curious what you guys prefer. All right, we've got Andrew, Joellen, audio, Jennifer with audio and video, Corey, video, text. We've got Chris with the MP4. We've got audio, Steph with CDs, video, online video, video and text, PDF, downloadable video, all the media, online video, video and text, video, audio or video, online video, all the above. Okay, so you're seeing here, just you guys. Some of you are saying audio. I love the audio. I listen when I run. And some of you are saying online video. So imagine if this program, after the live session's done, if I say the only way you can watch it now is video, online video. The people who are audio, they'll be like, oh man, this stinks. Or maybe then you have to start converting it yourself. So that's where your customers see that you really care about them and you're taking the extra effort. It takes you a few more minutes to convert it. It takes you a little bit longer to get the process right. But the feeling that the customers have, the reason why you guys are so excited about this program you're in now, is because I'm trying to meet you where you are. So always think about that, and that's why I like creating the different versions. So here are the different components of your multimedia product. Okay, online video, which is basically flash video. It's those flash players. So the only disadvantage now is Apple is not a fan of flash. So the iPods and iPads aren't compatible with flash video. Excuse me, which stinks. But that's the way it is. So, but there are people who like to watch it online. They don't want to have to download it. They're like, I just want to watch it on my computer. So online flash. And I took all these little screenshots from that BoxShot program. So you could enter in your logo right here on these screens. Okay. I hear my cell phone ringing, which is I'm trying to look for so I can shut it off. Okay. Then we've got downloadable video, which is the MP4, which the MP4 can work pretty much on everything, and the iPads, the iPods. So that's another version to offer, because a couple people here said they want the downloadable video. Okay. Let's see. Audio files, which is the MP3, which is listening on the go, which, again, that's my favorite thing. And by the way, okay, Terry just wrote in a comment here, and he said, he wrote, and I just want to read this stuff. He wrote, please listen to Ryan. I got Amazon ES3, Easy S3, a Sennheiser mic. He got the cheaper version for $40. He got the box shot, which I recommended, optimized press and screen capture software, and has literally took my business to the next level just by implementing these in the past few weeks. And Fiverr is awesome. You can get stuff for $5. I know someone who just, yeah, and he says, I know someone who just borrowed $100,000 to start a business. Crazy. It's true. Okay. So, like, if you look at the scope of things, starting a business and you're looking at, $300-400 investment, it's still really small. I mean, try to open up any type of franchise, even these home franchise businesses, a moving service, a cleaning service. You're looking at sometimes, $15,000, $25,000 startup fees. And finally, we've got handouts. Now, you can obviously offer transcriptions. I used to do that, but I find that that tends to slow everything down, and it's hard to find good transcriptionists too. And I find it just leads to more frustration because there's spelling errors, especially if you're doing something that's a little bit more technical. And sometimes it could, they're like, oh, I'll get it to you in a day, and it takes 4 days, and people are asking for the transcriptions, and to me it leads to more potential headaches. But you could still offer transcriptions. I like giving the PDF handouts because you've already got the PowerPoint. All you have to do is turn it into PDF, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So now we've got a recording checklist. So you can record with either ScreenFlow or Camtasia. Then you want to edit the video, and I'm going to show you how to do this in 1 minute. Export the video, convert it. Then you've got the different multimedia files, the MP3s, the MP4, which is downloadable video, the FLV, the PDF handouts, and then you upload it to your Amazon S3 account. Now, please, during the Q&A, don't ask me, well, what size and what. I'll show you what I do, but again, I'm not the video techie geeky guy. I'll show you what I do. Okay. Okay. Put multimedia on your blog page, and I'm going to show you that as well. Creating a new page, password protect as an option, and then adding links and files to the page. And you guys are going to get these handouts, so you don't have to worry about writing this all down now. So let me take you into the live demo, and let's see how this baby goes. All right. So. First thing we're going to do So first thing we're going to do is edit the video. And I'm going to do the fast version of it. So let's say I just recorded my program here. This was my 1K per day module 2. So let's make believe you just did it, you recorded, and I press stop recording, and this is what it looks like. So from here, I have my audio, my video, and if you want to eliminate and edit, here's the way you do it. So you can say, okay, you know what, I want to start it from here. And then you just click on here, and you do edit, trim front to scrubber. And watch what happens. It edits that whole part. And then you got to push it to the front. So I'm going to get rid of that. I just want to show you what that looked like. All right, so that's a simple, and you could do that obviously at the end too. So after you say, all right, goodbye, thank you, take care, and you want to end it, you do File. You got to click on here first. Edit, trim end to scrubber. And that's going to eliminate the bottom part. Now, if you screwed up in the middle, or there's something they shouldn't have seen, or you want to take that out, then all you have to do is you basically highlight a part here. So on my Mac here, I'm just using the mouse, and I'm holding down the Shift button. So I want to eliminate, let's say, that whole part. I would just do Edit and Ripple Delete, and it's going to delete that whole section there. See, it deleted that whole thing. I'm going to undo that. But that's really it. Now this is using ScreenFlow. Camtasia is going to be very similar. And if you have no clue how to do this, if you're like, you know what, oh man, I just opened iTunes by accident. Let me shut that. Yeah, I don't think we need iTunes. Hold on. See, this is the power of live. So I would just go to YouTube and type in like Camtasia editing. And you'll probably find dozens of free video tutorials on how to do this stuff yourself. It's really there's so much stuff out there. Please don't make the mistake of saying, all right, now I'm going to use Camtasia. And the first thing people do is they go online and they buy a $200 training program for Camtasia. You don't have to do that. So we've got now we've got the video edited, and if you want to what do you call it, crop anything, you click on this little button here, the crop, and you could have this part and you click apply or whatever. Alright, so I'll cancel that. So you save it. You want to save it as something you're going to remember that's going to make sense. So for me, I saved it as 1K Module 2. The next one will be 1K Module 3, 1K Module 4. So it's easy to reference, and I don't have to don't name it something crazy that doesn't make any sense. So I would have some kind of short description of the name of the product and the module number. And if it's a Q&A session, it could be 1K Module 2 QA. So after you save it, then all you do is you're going to export it. So I do export, and I export it usually as a movie file. And I click export. And then it's going to go right to my desktop. And that's it. So now I have the movie file. After that, now you can use different conversion tools. I use this program called, I'll get rid of the distractions here, called the 4VideoSoft program. So all I do now is find the videos. So let's say it's 1K Module 2. Here's the movie file. So from here, oops. That was strange. I got a weird error. Alright. That's actually never happened to me before. Usually works pretty well. Okay, let me try that again. Wonder why that was. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I've got my 1K Module 2 movie file, and from here I convert it into anything I want. So the first thing here is iPod MP4. So all I do is click start, and it's going to convert that file into an MP4. I could also go here and convert it to FLV files, which is going to be for that flat. You have to have it FLV if you want to do the online flash. I also do MP3. So I've got the MP4, I do the MP3, and then I do this FLV. So then I'm going to have all of these different versions of the files. Okay, you guys with me so far? Everyone with me? Good. Want to make sure I'm taking my time here. And remember, you guys are going to have recordings of this, so you'll be able to come in and kind of do it, play around with it, and watch these videos over and over again. So to recap, we have our video. This is, for me, it's ScreenFlow. For you, could be Camtasia. We edit it with those little edit buttons here. We export, and then after that, we use whatever kind of conversion tool. I use this one for VideoSoft. You add the file. I convert it to FLV. I can convert it to MP3 and also MP4. And now you're done. So now you've got the videos converted. The next thing you do is now you have to get it into your Amazon S3 account or wherever you're going to host it. So for me, I'm logged in now to my Easy S3 account. This is what it looks like on the inside. So I click on this Upload Files button, and this new window pops up. So this is a web-based. So all I do is I can create folders. So here you can create a new folder. So let's create a folder now. Let me log back in. All right. So I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to call this 1K test. Oh. I think it has to be all lowercase. And then it would end up showing up. Here, I'll get rid of this and show you. So I click Upload Files, and you can see 1K test is here. And you can see I just created a folder, so there's nothing in there. Now, I've already created a folder called 1K per day. But let's say we're starting from scratch. So I open up my 1K test folder, and I'm going to find my files where I put them before. So here you can see I have 1K per day module 2. Here are the different versions of it. Right? We've got the FLV, the MP3, the MP4, and the PDF, which is my PowerPoint. And I'll show you that in a minute. But so let's say the first file we're going to move over, we're going to basically just click on it. Well, actually, you can click all of them. So you can click here, and I'm holding down the command button. So all I have to do is highlight these and click this button, and it starts transferring them over. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to cancel this so we don't have to wait, an hour. But you can see why it takes some time, because this is only from one file. So basically you do this and you walk away, and you come back in a few hours. Because this is what takes a while. It takes hours to convert these files over to movie files and to FLV and then to upload it. So that's why I can't get these videos up, within an hour. I mean, it takes usually at least a day of doing this. So I'm just going to cancel these. But what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like so you can see the files in here. So this is after it's already done. So these are all the files now uploaded, and you can see how large they are. So now, and this is all I have to do to get them into my Amazon S3 account. So now they're in there, right? They're in my 1K per day file. Now let's have some fun. Now we're gonna put it on the web, right? Cool stuff so far, huh? Taking crazy notes, Rona? Awesome. Sweet. Okay. So what we do now is I'm going to come into my 1K per day formula. So I'm using WordPress, and remember we talked about in another module using OptimizePress. So this is OptimizePress in WordPress. So you can see I have OptimizePress set up, and all I'm going to do here is add a new page. And this isn't going to be the sales page. This is where people are going to download the videos. So let's call this 1K members only. So here is the OptimizePress thing. So let me start off with a big. So this is where the members are going to come in. So I can come here, do a headline. I'll do Tahoma, large, centered. I'll say let's just say welcome to 1K per day. Here's where my welcome will go. Congratulations, you are now a member of the 1K per day formula. You made a great choice. If you want to offer, if you're using like ClickBank, you would tell them remember, you will be billed by ClickBank, not RyanLee.com. ClickBank wants you to have some type of support info there. So here's some billing, support if you need assistance, contact us at, support at 1K per day formula.com. So, and this could obviously be a help desk, wherever you want to send them to. So now if you want to start putting the products, here's the easy way to do it. So we can create a headline for each module. So we can do headline, let's make this medium, and this is centered. So we'll say module 1. And you can do maybe a little description right underneath it. Module 1 will show you how to build your first website in 24 hours. Whatever the description is, right? If it's fitness, this is going to show you how to do a warm-up. If it's dating, this is going to show you how to get into the bar, whatever the thing. So let's say I want to first start off with the video. So now we come back to EasyS3. Remember, our videos are uploaded now, right? We exported them, we converted them, and we uploaded them using this upload area, right? So we're in the 1K, they're all uploaded already. So first thing we're going to do is let's do the Flash video. I click on this Manage Players button. I come here. This is the 1K per day test. There's nothing in there. So 1K per day. I click on the folder. And I see here's the FLV, right? So 1K module 1, here's the FLV file. It's got to be the FLV, not the MP4. Here's the FLV. I then do create a player. And now I choose which type of player I like. So this is how it's going to look. So let's say you want something kind of cool and funky. So you click this red one. Now I could just call this whatever. This is it for my own reference. 1K module 1. Player width. Now I like to make it look a little bit more widescreen. You could keep it at this standard formula. So I like to do 560 by 345. There might be better percentages or better numbers. Allow full screen playback, yes, so people can watch it on full screen. Player controls, I keep them in. Auto playback, I do no, because that means, because if you have more than one video and they all start right away, it's going to annoy people. So I click no. Player alignment means where do I want it aligned on the page? I do center. And then stretching means do you want it stretched out? So I usually do like either fill or exact fit. And you could just leave this stuff alone. You could upload watermarks and start images. But if you don't even want to get involved with that, which I don't, I just do create player. Now you just test it. All right, you see, that's the video right there. So all I do now is I copy. I just copied that. And I paste it in. Now, when you're going to paste it in here, in the 1K, using Optimize Press, you have to switch this to HTML because that's HTML code. So you got to make sure to switch it over. So I'm going to put that right there. So now my video is in. Now I'm going to come back to visual here. You can't see it there, but it's in. So now the simple way, well, you could make this look pretty cool. They have these built-in features. So let's say next I want to offer my MP3. There are these little things here that have these nice little links. So let's say I want to do my MP3. I use this thing here, and I'll say module 1 MP3. Or I can say download module 1 MP3. And this is the the little link they put here for now. So let me come back to EasyS3. I'm going to come back. I'll just show you the folders again, take you from the beginning. I come back to 1K per day folder. Remember, I want to do MP3 now. So now I click on the MP3 link, and I have 1K module 1.mp3, and all I do now is, this is the download file. So I just do, like, depending on if you're using a Mac or a PC, I hit Control and the mouse, and I do copy link location. Because now that's where this is where the file is to download. That's the link. So I'm just doing copy link location. Now I come back to my area and I replace this link with that one. So now this is the MP3 link. That's the raw link. So that's the download MP3. And now I want to give them the ability to download the video file. So I could do membership area, download video, or download movie. Do insert, same thing here. I could just say download module 1 MP4. You know what I'm doing next, right? Coming to EasyS3, getting back to my 1K per day folder, and looking at the FLV MPEG files. And here's the one I uploaded, right? Module 1.mp4. Click on it. Same thing now. Download file link. I do control, so you're going to do some kind of right click if you're doing a PC. Control, copy link location, and come back here to my WordPress page and replace it with this dummy link they put in there. And my PDF file, my PowerPoint. Now, I didn't even show you this before, but basically what you do is, so here are my handouts, right, that we just went through. All you do is do File, Save As, and then you're going to save it as a PDF file. And now this is now handouts. So now you've got the PDF, and once you have a PDF file, you do it the same. You upload it the same way you did the other files through your EasyS3 thing right here, right? You just upload the PDF, and the PDF file's in there. So those are the handouts now. So you come back to EasyS3, PDF, because it automatically puts them. It automatically, whatever the file it is, it automatically puts it either as an MP3, PDF, or MPEG. So here's my Module 1 handouts. Same thing, click on the link, right-click, copy link location, come back to WordPress, and you can do this. Membership PDF. So I could say download module 1 handouts. And I copied this already, right? I copied the file of the handouts. So I come here and I replace, copy and paste. And now let's take a look. Let me save this. And you could call this now anything. Let me publish it, and then we'll take a look at what the page looks like. Drum roll, please. Oops, I copied the wrong page. Let's do view page. Look at this. So now obviously you can fancy this up, right? You could make this look as fancy as you want. You could have your logo above here. You could change the color of this player. You could make these centered. You could even do something to make it look a little cooler, which I like to do. I like to put them in like different colored boxes or texting. So you can come here. You could put it in some type of content box. So maybe you want to do the content box as, I don't know, blue. So all you do is I could just delete that. So this is the beginning of the content box. This part I'm going to cut and paste so that this is where the content box starts. This is where it stops. And let me center these. And let's see how this looks now. So this is the content box. So everything within here is going to be in this blue content box. Now I don't know how it's going to look with the video, but let's take a look. And let's see if it looks a little nicer. Look at that. Sweet, huh? Now you've got your video file so they could watch the video. All right, they've got the MP3 they could download. They've got the MP4 and the handouts. So I mean, we literally went through step by step, creating from one PowerPoint presentation or one slide presentation, creating a true multimedia product. Now, all you have to do, once you get Module 2, I mean, once you have a layout you like here, now you could literally just like copy and paste it, and now you just change the files. Now we're going to change this to Module 2. You know, Module 2 is going to show you how to, get traffic. So maybe if you're naming them all the exact same thing, which I don't always because I don't want people to be able to copy it that easy, but you could, change this to Module 2, this to Module 2, maybe this to Module 2. Again, if you're naming it the exact same thing, and then you'd have to go in and just change the flash video, because that's going to be completely different. So you'd have to come back in, you'd have to do a new video. So I'd come here to Module 2 FLV, I'd create the player, I'd use the same one for, remember, it's all about consistency. 1K2, so I'd keep it 560 by 345. No auto start playback, center, and exact fit. Create player. Copy this. Come here to HTML. Put it right here. And let's see what this baby looks like. So it should say now Module 2, and it should be basically the same kind of thing with different links. So we got Module 1. Look at that. Look how easy this is. Now you could do a 6-module program, an 8-module program on one page without all the techie stuff. It's exactly how I do it. Now you can always password protect a page. It's a where people can maybe all get the same password. So that would be just here. You click on visibility, you do password protect, and then you come up with a password. Not as safe as doing other versions, but if you want to make it just as simple as possible, you can do that. Or you could just make this some kind of weird URL that they'll never guess, like 1KXZ to whatever, and then you send people to that link. And you could always change it, email people different links. But that's it. So, I mean, now you've got the system on creating the product and turning it into a multimedia product. So coming soon in future modules, I'm going to show you a few more ways to create a premium product, including the live version, and we're going to get into hosting, the host method, and also the producer method. And then I'm going to show you how to get paid for your product before it's done. We're going to create the website and the sales funnel, and then the automated traffic system. Before we go to Q&A, remember, please go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Ryan Lee Marketing. Go on there, give me your feedback, tell me how you're enjoying it. I see Suzanne, it looks like Suzanne was able to get on. So go on there, give me feedback, tell me how much you guys are enjoying the program and how this is helping you. And we're going to stop the recording now, and we're going to go into the Q&A. So again, Module 3 is over. We're going to go to the Q&A now, and then stay tuned for Module 4 coming up.